Hi YouTube fam. Jax, don't start. Hi YouTube fam. My name is Faustine and welcome to my channel. If you don't know it yet, I am a total fan of donkeys, and today I am going to be addressing the question, do donkeys really need a shelter? I've heard people say that they do need shelters. I've heard people say they do not need shelters. I have even heard people say that shelters will make them more fragile. And I've also heard people say that, well, they don't really need a shelter because if they have a shelter, they don't even use them. So that's the first thing I want to address. Second thing I want to address is that donkeys are originally desert animals. And in the desert, yes, it's hot during the day. However, at night, temperatures can get very cold. So naturally, they are not used to like high humidity and lots of rain. With that being said, donkeys in nature, when they're wild, they are very capable of finding shelter when they need to, whether that's for wind, to find somewhere warmer. For example, if a donkey is up in the mountains and it's too cold, where they're gonna go? They're gonna go and head down towards the coastline. So in the wild, donkeys instinctively know where to find their best environment. On a side note, donkeys will also find the best routes to go from point A to point B. And here in Corsica, they say that a lot of the roads were actually created by following donkeys. That's just a quick side fact. Now, I am going to give you guys my 2 cents. From the moment you restrict a donkey to a certain environment, which is what I have done here, there is a pen and there are 2 donkeys in it. I believe it is your responsibility to have a shelter for your donkey. And this is necessary in order to protect the donkey from extreme weather conditions, whether that is high winds, lots of rain, snow. I think that's all, but anything else that could be included as extreme weather conditions. Then it also depends on where you live, but if you have a very hot environment, it could also be nice for them to have an area where there's just shade. Will a donkey die without a shelter? It's probably unlikely. However, this increases its chances of getting sick and having other complications down the road. And so if you want your donkey, which hopefully you do, you want your donkey to live a long time, you want to just avoid having him be met with extreme weather conditions, and therefore building him a shelter will help prevent that. I would also like to say that I am not a vet and this is just my opinion. If you have an opinion, feel free to share down in the comments. Now I'm going to show you the shelter that I have built in 2.5 days, and it really didn't take us that much time. Thankfully, we had great machinery and great tools in order to make this happen. And with me leaving in 10 days, I am really excited and grateful that I was able to build this shelter in time for the snow and the extreme weather conditions that we've been having, just high winds, lots of rain, snow, and all of that. It's important to protect our donkeys because their fur is not the same as that of a horse. Mules, I honestly don't know, but donkey fur is just not that great when it comes to like shielding from water and moisture, and so it could create like a rain rot on their skin, and I'm sure there's also a whole gamut of other problems it could cause, probably involving their hooves and whatnot. So yeah, today I am just going to work on finishing up the shelter for them, and tomorrow's Christmas, so I got them a little salt block. I don't really have any gifts for them, but let's just say the shelter is their gift. All right, let's go check out the shelter. This was us arriving at Girolata with Peewee. This is one of the first times I met Fajanu. I think it was 2-3 years ago already. And this is Peewee and I this year. And since tomorrow is Christmas, I have a little hat. I'm gonna try and put it on Peewee. Hi, baby. Hi. He's got his little hat on. Oh my God, Peewee. You're the cutest. Peewee, do you like your hat? What do you think? His hat's so cute. I don't have a hat for Fajanu because Fajanu absolutely hates it when we put things like on his head or touch his ears. So I'm just gonna honor him in that way and not put anything on his head. And he doesn't like it when we touch his ear, which is very uncommon for a donkey because his previous owner would pull him by the ears. So donkeys have very sensitive ears, and if a donkey does not let you touch their ears, it's either because of a trust issue or because there is previous trauma, which in this case, Fajanu has previous trauma. So I'm not gonna put a Christmas hat on him, but Peewee's totally fine with it. Oh, sorry, you guys didn't need to see that part. I'm gonna work on putting an exterior coat. Definitely in moments like this where I am happy to be 6 feet tall. In hindsight, this would have probably been easier to do before we built the shelter. For the next one, I'll remember. I'm done! I finished the whole bucket. I am done for the day, and this is pretty much about how far I'm gonna be able to go before I leave. I just wanna add some rocks all at the bottom, which is gonna be the last step. And just to reiterate one more time, yes, I do believe donkeys should have a shelter if you have them enclosed in a fenced-in area. There you go. Merry Christmas, everyone.